I like to call it recruitment debt, where over time, these sort of quick fix mentalities, or I'm just going to do this, they start to pile up. And then you end up with a really complicated, ineffective process for hiring, where your recruiters are asked to sort of talk about the culture one off. You're repeating processes one at a time. There's no systems, there's no automation, those types of things. But in order to get to that point, you really have to start at the beginning, which I know Tom and Curtis, you would both agree, starting with the discovery interviews with employees, starting with the messaging, getting those pillars. So that way, everything that comes from that is authentic and real. And we're not going to do any sort of bait and switch. We need to communicate the real challenges, the real payoffs up front. That way, when we do find those candidates, we can find better candidates, more qualified candidates who are going to move on to thrive there, because turnover costs are real, recruiter time is real. A lot of these things have real costs for the business. And so being able to identify the messaging first is usually the first step. From there, we do what I like to call a candidate journey audit. So we go through the candidate journey. What does it mean to set up an application? What do the communications look like, the interview process? And then from there, once we get all of those pieces elevated, on brand, working nicely, there's automation, there's technology, those types of things, then we can use recruitment marketing to really just dial everything up, to scale all of those things, to bring more candidates through the funnel and communicate the employer brand. So that's typically how an engagement works in those three different buckets: employer brand, candidate experience, and then recruitment marketing.